This is a review of the Alcatraz laptop backpack by Timbuk2. It's about 2 months broken in, so I felt like now's a good time for me to review it and talk about its usability. I had mine custom colored, so that's why the colorways are probably different than what you see them to be on the website. I wanted to point out a few things about this. First of all, the shape. When I got this, it was pretty flat, of course, because there wasn't anything inside of it. So one thing to note about this backpack is that whatever you have inside of the backpack is really going to define what the shape of the backpack is. For example, there's a few different pockets in the front, and specifically this one right here, if you fill it to the max, like kind of like what I did in the very beginning, I put my laptop cord and a whole bunch of things in there, you're gonna have your backpack looking something like this. So the way that I organized all of my things inside of this backpack really is what made it work for me. So I'm gonna show you right now a general scenario of what I would put in the backpack, and that way I can show you its features in terms of pockets. So let's start off with this bottom pocket right here. So it's a pretty small pocket. You can put a number of different things here. So first off, I'll put my wallet in there. I will put maybe some gift cards, business card holder. For me, that's pretty much about how comfortable I would be filling this up. However, you know, that's completely up to you if you'd like to put anything else in here. There are a couple smaller items that I like to hold, such as crystals or batteries, and although I could fit them in here, I'd be kind of reluctant because as I'm pulling out these bigger things, I don't want the smaller things to fall out without me noticing, so I tend not to put any small items in there. So that's one thing for me, that if there was anything that can change around a small space in the front to put things, that would be great. Maybe a little pocket in here or something like that. But moving on, I'll go ahead and zip this up and start with the next pocket. I'm going to put some sunglasses in there. This will definitely fit in this pocket here. The only thing is, if I put my sunglasses in the front pocket, that's pretty much going to take up the majority of the space of the small pocket right here. So I choose to put my sunglasses there. Next, we'll put in a portable charger for cell phone. Just put that in there, and I still have quite a bit of space, as you can see. And then the last thing I would put in here is my external hard drive. So I'll go ahead and place that in there along with the cord. So that's pretty much my comfort level in terms of filling the front up. So now let's look inside of the backpack. When I open up the backpack, there are a few different compartments. The different compartments are a small pocket here if you want to put either your tablet or maybe some sort of paperwork. There's another pocket here to put in your laptop. It's nice and padded. Next, we have pen and some sort of other random slot, and this right here, which is another small pocket. Let's start off with this. There's a long string with a little clip or somewhat of a carabiner, so that way you can put your keys there. One thing I like about this is that you could either choose to keep this out while your backpack is closed, or you can choose to put it inside of there. So that's kind of convenient if I'm walking in and out of the door. But this right here is kind of a small pocket. It's ideal for a wallet, or maybe you might choose to put the other things I mentioned earlier, like batteries and a crystal or whatever you like. The thing about this is that once I have a smaller pocket inside of the large section of my backpack, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Whenever I do put things in here, I tend to forget about them. So the end result is that I don't put other things in there. So I'm just gonna zip that up for now. Next, let's take my laptop charger. My preference for things like a laptop charger is actually to have it in the front, but whenever I have this in the front, it makes it all bulky, and it also takes up the majority of the space because of this cord that's right here. Instead, I choose to put my laptop charger all the way at the bottom. And since it's related to something else that's in this big pocket, I tend to not forget about it. Put the laptop right in there, slides in really nicely. There's this little Velcro here. One thing about Velcro that I'm always kind of annoyed about over time is that Velcro tends to not stick as well over time. So as you can see here, it does have some slack here if you have larger items or a bigger laptop to put into here. This Velcro strip is gonna not be as effective. So I wish that they had some other sort of way to secure this, even though the zipper right here is just very well built, it's durable. Another thing I'll just put for the sake of example is I'll put a magazine in here. In terms of storage, I mean, this is a pretty good amount of things to be in here. You can stuff it more, and if you do, you know, it'll still be comfortable. There's still extra space. So if we look at in here again, I still do have space to put more stuff. Let's look at the other side of the backpack. There is a chest strap, so when you're wearing it, you can make sure that it's securely on you, and if you have to run to the bus stop or whatever you're doing, you know, the backpack's gonna stay on, so that's cool. Right here, there are some straps, so if you needed to put on a carabiner or anything else, you can do that. Maybe strap on a GoPro right here. There's a bottle opener, Timbuk2 branded. And there's also these reflection stripes. Oh, I guess it's only on this one. Turning it around, which is something that I don't really use, but other people might, is that it has another strap here, again, if you want to hook something onto there. There are also these straps right here, and I didn't know what they were for originally, but what I found out is that you can actually put your yoga mat through, anything else that you're traveling with, or a blanket or something like that. And on these bottom strips that kind of hang, there are these reflection things. I'm pretty minimal with my usage of my backpack. It's pretty much for my electronics and my laptop. So one thing that I find annoying about this backpack is that even though I have these little straps at the bottom tightened up, sometimes they become loose. So what will happen is I'll be walking far distance and this will just be flapping around like that. That's something that I probably would have changed. But all in all, this backpack has definitely grown on me. I do like it a lot. I like the fact that you can customize the colors. You just go on their website and select whatever you like. Also, you have options for the types of materials that are used for the backpack. I love carrying a lot of pens with me, and the fact that it has multiple pen slots is definitely a plus. The one thing about this is that they're not deep enough, so as you can see, I've put my pens through, but they only cover about half of the pen, whereas most backpacks at least go to about right here. The downfall with that is there are times where I'll be shuffling my backpack around, walking around and running and things like that. And then all of a sudden I'm reaching into my bag to grab a pen and there aren't any there. What happens is that they fall all the way to the bottom and I'll have to dig my way to the bottom just to get a pen. I do like this backpack. I think it was worth it, and that is my review. If you have any questions about this backpack and the way that I use it, feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends.